You have probably seen leaked CGI designs of Bandit, Chilli, Muffin, and Socks for the Bluey movie. Disney has never released any of them. 2 characters have official 3D designs, too. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly where the rest of those pictures come from. From that, to the single line of plot that has actually been announced, to the villain everyone keeps listing who isn't a character at all. Today, 10 Bluey movie facts and what's actually been shown. But first, drop a blue heart in the comments and hit subscribe if Bingo is your favorite. Number 1. What the teaser actually is. Start with the only official footage that exists. The teaser landed at D23 in August, and it runs about 45 seconds. It is fully 3D, not the show's flat, hand-drawn look. Proper CG with fur, depth, and light. And what happens in it? A red balloon falls out of a blue sky and it gets batted back up. That's a round of Keepy Uppy, the game from season 1. Not a scene from the film's story, not a plot reveal, and only 2 characters are actually in it. Bluey and Bingo. The balloon pops, the title appears, and that's the whole thing. 45 seconds, 2 dogs, and a balloon. Number 2. The entire plot in 1 sentence. Back to number 1 because the teaser deliberately tells you nothing, and the official description barely does better. Here is everything Disney has said about the story. Bluey, Bingo, Chilli, and Bandit on an action-packed day where a big surprise changes everything. That's it. That's the whole synopsis. No villain, no location, no journey, no returning characters named, which is why the leak videos exist. There's a vacuum and something always fills it. And notice the shape of that sentence. One day, one surprise. That's a Bluey episode. Whatever this film turns out to be, the studio is describing it the way it describes a 7-minute story. Number 3, only 2 actors are confirmed now to the cast, and how little of it exists. You'll see full cast lists for this film, who's returning, who's been added, who has a big role. 2 names are confirmed: Melanie Zanetti, who plays Chilli, and David McCormick, who plays Bandit. Nobody else. Not the girls' friends, not the cousins, not the grandparents, no new characters, and no celebrity casting, which means every list you've seen naming 10 or 12 characters is somebody's guess presented as news. A guess about Muffin being in a Bluey movie is a very safe guess. It still isn't an announcement. Number 4, Grouchy Granny is not a character. Now to a name that turns up on every who's in the movie list, and it's my favorite mistake in this whole subject. You'll see a villain listed, Grouchy Granny, a mean old pug from the episode Granny Mobile. Described as one of the nastiest characters in the show, that character does not exist. Grouchy Granny Gladys is Muffin pretending. It's the persona Muffin puts on, the voice, the attitude, the whole bit, to go head-to-head with an actual old lady at a yard sale. And the real old lady? She's an elderly pug who wants a mobility scooter. She isn't named in the episode, she isn't a villain, and she never comes back. So the villain on those lists is a 4-year-old doing an impression. Number 5, and Unicorse isn't a villain either. Back to number 4 because the same lists always name a second one, Unicorse. The purple unicorn puppet who insults everybody, refuses to help, and asks why he should care. Unicorse is a hand puppet, and Bandit is the hand. Every horrible thing Unicorse says is Bandit, sitting behind a couch, being deliberately, gleefully unhelpful to his own children, and never breaking character no matter how furious they get, which makes those episodes something different from what they look like. It isn't a girl versus a monster. It's a dad who has discovered that being a terrible puppet is the funniest thing he can possibly do. You cannot put Unicorse in a movie without putting Bandit's arm in it. Number 6. What really happens in Mackenzie's memory. Now to an episode people describe far more darkly than it plays. In space, Mackenzie keeps drifting out of the game back into the same memory, and you'll hear it described as him being left behind by his parents. That isn't what happens. He was a small pup at an indoor play center. He went down a tunnel slide, came out the other end disoriented, couldn't see his mom for a moment, and cried. She was right there. So was Calypso, who told him he just got mixed up in the slide, and his mom waved at him. He was never actually lost, and that's the point of the episode. The memory that sticks isn't the one where something terrible happened. It's the one where you were frightened for 10 seconds, and part of you never quite put it down. Number 7, and he's not Australian. Back to number 6 because there's something about Mackenzie almost nobody outside the show's home country notices. Listen to him. His accent isn't the same as the other kids. Mackenzie is a New Zealander. This is official, not a fan reading. His family moved to Australia from New Zealand, and this is the detail that makes it, his parents still support the New Zealand teams. It's never made into a storyline. Nobody comments on it. It's just there, in the way he says words. A small kid who moved countries in a show that never once makes an issue of it. Number 8. Chloe is not the best friend. Now to a title people hand out that the show never does. Chloe is the Dalmatian, thoughtful, imaginative, the one who quietly makes games work. You'll see her called Bluey's best friend. The show says one of. Bluey doesn't have a best friend. She has Chloe, Coco, Snickers, Honey, Judo, Mackenzie, Chilli, Rusty, Indy, and the show moves between them constantly without ever ranking them, which is a deliberate choice and a quietly unusual one. Most children's shows give the lead a designated best friend, so the audience knows who matters. Bluey refuses, because that isn't how a 6-year-old's friendships actually work. They change by the week. Number 9, who is actually making this film now to the people behind it? Because this part is genuinely interesting. Joe Brumm wrote it, and he's directing it, with a co-director alongside him and a producer running it. And that's why he isn't writing the show anymore. He said so himself in an open letter. The Sign was his finale for the television series, and the film is where he's gone. The animation is being made in Brisbane, the same city the show is set in, by an Australian studio, rather than being sent overseas. And the date is locked August 6th, 2027, nearly a year away from a 45-second teaser. Number 10. So where do the leaked designs come from? And here's the one that'll actually get you. Go back to the start. 2 characters have official 3D designs: Bluey and Bingo. That is the complete list. So what are all those pictures? They're generated. People feed the official designs into image tools and produce a CGI-looking Chilli, a CGI-looking Muffin, a CGI-looking anybody, and then a video calls them leaks. No trade outlet has reported an authenticated Bluey movie leak, not one. And on the fan forums where these images first appear, the fans themselves identify them as fake. Here's the practical version, and it's worth knowing. A real leak comes with a source, a studio, a report, a name. A picture on its own is a picture on its own. 2 dogs, a balloon, 1 sentence of plot, and a date. That's the entire Bluey movie so far, and everything else you've seen was made by somebody with a computer and a thumbnail to fill. So tell me, what do you actually want the movie to be about? Let me know in the comments. And that's it. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you want the next part, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're uncovering even more secrets next time.